Communication in public for the purpose of conducting the school district's business and is not to be considered as a community meeting. There are 2 opportunities for public participation during the meeting, and comments are limited to 3 minutes per individual. The board will listen to comments, but may not respond during the meeting. If you wish to address the board, please submit a comment card immediately. Roll call. Charles Hicks, Board President.
Michael Poole, Vice President.
Good evening, Leslie Love Smith Thomas, Board Secretary.
Betty Robinson, Talisha Rice is ill tonight.
Yolanda Smith Charles, trustee.
Gerald B. Joyce, trustee.
Ariel Foster, Student Representative.
Madison Turner, Student Representative.
Benjamin Colding, Student Representative.
Deasia Wells, Student Representative.
Dr. Jennifer Green, Superintendent, won't be here this evening. She experienced a loss in her family, so we ask you all to pray for the family during this time of sorrow. Mr. Phillips?
Selden Phillips, Chief Legal Officer.
Technical assistance will be provided by M1 Studios, Mike Madigan, Jeff Wolka, Marita Gamble, and recording our minutes this evening will be Laura Norris. If we could please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to first welcome back all the students for another year of learning. I'd like to thank the administrators, the teachers, the board members for all the service that you provide and providing the service to our students. We look forward for a great year. From board matters pursuant to Board Policy 175.1, since we've last met, 2 trustees have attended training with MASB for their law seminar. And I'll defer first to Trustee Robinson to share any notes that she has compiled.
Sure. It was a great legal class. We discussed a wealth of topics that were very interesting. And some of those were Title IX grievances, board rules as an employee. We discussed revised codes, law and suspension of expulsion, school student code conduct, discipline requirement, due process and student discipline hearing. We discussed Open Meeting Act. We discussed, let's see here, navigating conflicts of interest. And like I said, it was a wealth of information provided by Brad Banasic, who is Michigan Association of School Board Legal Counsel. That is the person that we go to when we have questions about any legal matters, and his assistant was there as well. So it was a great, and I have flyers, information, if anybody wants to read in the handouts.
So I do have Ms. Norris scanning in all of the PowerPoints and handouts provided during the training. They gave us a lot of good information that we've had a lot of question on within the district. As Trustee Robinson mentioned, the Open Meetings Act, there was a lot of question recently because we had a few trustees who voted via telephone. And there was some discussion on whether it's legal or not. And there was a lot of clarity and questions answered during the seminar. He clarified that it is okay for us if a trustee is following along and on the phone, they are able to vote from the phone. In a recent meeting, I had mentioned to one of the trustees, Trustee Charles, let's refrain from making motions from the phone because we hadn't had full clarity on what we can or cannot do via the phone. And she indicated this is definitely legal. And I do want to clarify and apologize. It is definitely, we were on point. So if for whatever reason we have it in the future where a trustee has to be on call, they are able to make motions as well as vote. The only thing that we cannot do would be vote via proxy or vote electronically. Any questions? No? Hearing none, any other board matters from anyone?
Yeah.
Yes,
Through the-
Trustee Charles.
Through the chair and to the secretary, what is the term when you kind of need a immediate recess of sorts? Is it move to something of privilege? Do you recall that Mary Kerwin shared with us at a recent
Depends on the
PD?
circumstance. What would the circumstance be?
I just have a question that I think is really easy to answer that I just need to check with the board president on.
So we're just going to recess. We're going to go in recess momentarily.
Okay, thank you.
Can you step out or?
Yeah.
Excuse us.
Catch-22. This is gonna be one of those meetings where we're gonna stay here to midnight.
I'll just go with that, right?
We like to conclude our spiel with a firm word of clap.
Meeting's back in session. Thank you all for your patience. Any other board matters?
Yeah, I do. As you know, the Michigan State Legislature is back in session, but we do not have a budget. We've done all we can do. We passed a balanced budget back in June, but the Michigan Legislature chose to go on vacation without giving us a budget. I did hear today that the governor has decided that she would withhold trying to strike a deal on that roads bill in order to pass a budget this month. I just hope that the legislature honors her good faith offer to get that budget passed. There's a couple things that kind of concern me that are going through the legislature right now that we've always taken a position against. And one of that is House Bill 4200. That's the concealed weapons, weapons-free zone. Well, there's current law making its way through the legislature that would allow you to carry in gun-free zones. And you'd get a slap on the wrist and possibly up to a $100 fine. Far cry from what it looks like right now. That bill reads, an individual who violates this prohibition is now responsible for a state civil infraction and may be fined up to $500. He or she, whether CPL owner, is also suspended for 6 months. That's for the first offense. Currently, the second offense of an individual guilty of a misdemeanor punishable by a fine of up to $1,000 if he or she has a CPL and carries in a gun-free zone. That CPL license is then revoked. Third time or subsequent violation of an individual is guilty of a felony punishable by imprisonment up to 4 years or a fine of up to $5,000 or both, and his CPL license is revoked. That's the current law. We're okay with that. But if the legislature has their way, and you know, it's not getting safer, it's actually getting worse. Texas, Dayton. That was just over the summer. That bill states that would reduce the penalty for concealed pistol license holder who carries a concealed pistol in a no-carry zone to a state civil infraction with a fine of up to $100. And that's it. So that's what our legislature is currently working on right now. House Bill 4200, that's that bill. The other piece that concerns me, and I worked real hard to get Tiffany on the state board, is this HJRK. And that's a House Joint Resolution, which would, if passed, it's a resolution, but if passed, would eliminate the State Board of Education, the Superintendent for Public Instruction, which would be Dr. Rice in this case, and State Board for Public Community and Junior Colleges, and provide the governor an appointment of a department director. So that's what's going on in your legislature. They spent the summer off. I'm sure most of us worked during the summer here, but that's my board matters.
Thank you, sir.
I had a follow-up to Mr. Poole's, Trustee Poole's comment. I just want to check with you. Is it listed who's the sponsors of that
It is.
last one?
Yeah,
Might as well
it is.
publicize that.
It is sponsored by the House Joint Resolution K is the one that would eliminate the State Board of Education, a duly elected Board of Education. Introduced by Representative Hornberger, Cali, Merman, Aller, Platt, Muller, Molino, Bolin, Farrington, O'Malley, LaFave, Eason, Wisniak, Hall, Crawford, and Marino. And that's the committee.
Any other comments or discussion? Hearing none, agenda item 3, public participation. If you wish to address the board regarding a school-related issue that has not yet been resolved by school administration, please submit a comment card immediately. Comments are limited to 3 minutes per individual. As a matter of fairness, speakers with complaints against individuals are asked not to mention persons by name. Complaints concerning employees pursuant to Board Policy 9130 should be brought to the attention of school principals or other administrators before coming to the Board of Education. Your cooperation is appreciated. Do we have any cards at this time? Okay. Student report of the Student Board representatives. First, I'd like to welcome you all to your first meeting. Trustee Robinson and Rice went through a series of interviews with you all and said very good things about you. Trustee Robinson, did you have anything to say before they give their reports?
No, I'm just looking forward to their excellent reports, because they interviewed very well.
So the first report will be given by Ariel Foster from the University High School Academy.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ariel Foster.
I
and
apologize. Thank you for clearing. Thank you, sorry.
You're fine. And I am here on behalf of University High School Academy to inform you on our monthly reports. To start off, we had our You Meet the Teachers Night, which was a great way to start off the school year with parents not only be able to introduce themselves and learn more about teachers, but also a big thanks to Mr. Arkin Barbecue Pit for catering free food for the night. The sandwiches and coleslaw were delicious. September 10th through 19th, we have a great opportunity coming up for our seniors. The time is here for our seniors to start filling out their applications for colleges they're interested in. Furthermore, on that note, we have wonderful colleges like Michigan, MSU, EMU, Wayne, and Grand Valley State University that will be here to educate students on what school will be best possible choice for them. UHSA, parents ready to come and take more action in their child's life, come join us for our first PTA meeting of the school year inside the Media Center at 6 p.m. And next we have Elizabeth. Congratulations, Elizabeth. Thank you For coming in second place, she was invited to compete in the 20th Annual National MLK Drumline for Justice Advocacy in New York City this summer. All of her expenses were paid for by the Wolverine Bar Association, the Stalker Bar Association, and the Michigan Association of Black Judges. Let's also give a congrats to Kirsten Godfrey, Donovan Rogers, and Kayla Goodwin for being runner-up in our state leagues for the Wolverine Bar Association Essay Award. You've done it again, Ms. Moss, always applying for raffles and winning them. One of our English teachers, Mrs. Moss, earned funding at DonorsChoose.org for a classroom project called Great Start Supplies. Are you creative or have an interest in design? Try out for our PTA t-shirt competition that is due October 4th. The only requirement is that you must include the school's mascot, which is a proud eagle, on your shirt. Contest is welcome to all students, and don't forget to be creative and think outside the box. Want to stay up to date, parents? Don't forget to mark on your calendars our parent-teacher conferences, which are October 3rd through the 4th. And lastly, we have any girls who are interested in learning more about coding, come and join our new coding club that is hosted by Mrs. Moss in room A212 on Tuesday, September 17th during seminar. On that note, my name is Ariel Foster, and thank you so much for listening to the youth announcement. See you again soon.
Great job.
Thank you, Ms. Foster. Ms. Madison Turner from Southfield Regional Academic Center campus.
Hi. Hello. Good evening, board members, Superintendent Dr. Green, Central Office staff and administrators, Southfield School staff, parents, students, and guests. My name is Madison Turner, Student Board Representative for Southfield Regional Academic Campus. I'd like to take a few minutes to share some great things happening at Southfield Regional, home of the Phoenix. My school mascot, the Phoenix, represents the hard work and determination of our students who've overcome barriers. Through perseverance, they transform into confident and successful students. Our motto, opening doors to a brighter future, not only does our school provide us with an excellent education, but it also provides us to be productive for tomorrow. Southfield Regional teaches more than reading and writing. They also prepare us to think critically, to develop new skills that we will use into adulthood to change the world for the better. I would like to welcome all the new students to Southfield Regional and also welcome back to the returning students for the 2019-2020 school year. To welcome students and parents that are new to Southfield Regional, a new student orientation and ice cream was held August 8th. Our mentoring program, Finding Your Lemonade, will begin Wednesday, September 18th, 2019. Each staff member will serve as a mentor to a group of students. These meetings will be held once a week with a focus on pastoral care, attendance, and academics. Pastoral care is a district initiative that has always been a Southfield Regional initiative where all the staffs focus on safety, care, support, and membership. Finding Your Lemonade will be held every Wednesday except on the half day for 25 minutes between second and third hour. This month of September, Southfield Regional is focusing on the character trait respect. We will support our students with various classroom activities and real-world examples focusing on being polite, acting respectfully, listening well, being helpful, not making any excuses, letting go of anger, and being willing to change. Mr. Easton recently have met with the students for the seniors to provide and discuss information regarding senior dues. He gave us the cost of our senior dues and what was included with the payment. Our senior dues are $175 until December 20th. MAP testing is taking place with the students in the Aspire Leadership Academy beginning this week. We encourage all of our students to do their best. Our curriculum night will place on Tuesday, September 12, 2019 from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. We're looking forward to all wonderful turnout of our Southfield Regional families. We will have our first PTSA meeting of the year, Thursday, September 19th from 6 to 7 p.m. Southfield Regional's annual college fair and career fair will take place September 25th. Our students will gain exposure to a variety of exciting careers and colleges. We also have a HAP day on the 25th, which is also my birthday, and we dismiss at 11. October 2nd is Count Day. We expect everyone to be in attendance on this day. October 3rd is our Mentor-Mentee Conference. On this day, our mentors will meet with parents, guardians regarding their students' academic and behavioral progress. There will be no schools for students on this day. I would like to conclude by thanking Mr. Easton and Dr. Green and the Southfield School Board for giving me this valuable learning experience and opportunity to serve on this board as the student representative for Southfield Regional Academic Campus.
Thank you, Ms. Turner. It's our pleasure to have you, and we look forward to more from you for the rest of the year.
Thank you.
From Southfield High School for the Arts and Technology, we have two students, Deasia
Yes, sir.
Wells, as well as Benjamin Colding.
Yes.
Whoever wants to go first.
Good evening, everyone. We bring greetings on behalf of the home of the Warriors, where every dream has a journey and every career has a pathway. My name is Benjamin Colding.
My name is Deasia Wells.
And we'd like to start off by thanking the Board of Education and our superintendent for giving us the opportunity to represent the Southfield High School for the Arts and Technology.
Without further ado, we'd like to immerse the audience with the amazing events and activities during August and September. During August 12th through 19th, in preparation for the upcoming season, the Marching Warriors ventured out to the wonderful Lions Bear Lake Camp in Lapeer County, Michigan. During the camp, the band persevered through early mornings and late nights in this spirit of preparation. At this time, seasonal music was reviewed and an amazing field show came as a result of hard work and dedication. At the end of the week, all band parents and staff arrived at the camp and witnessed the Marching Warriors as they swept the field, blasting horns, wearing the proud colors of red, white, and blue.
Before school started, grade level orientations and picnics were held at our school to move from the traditional paperwork of student registration to focus on building relationships with kids. Building relationships are essential for learning to thrive. Thus, we started this process before the academic press that will go on throughout the school year.
Each grade level orientation consisted of team building and inclusion activities, information sessions, and the photo identification process. Our 12th grade orientation took place August 13th, 11th grade orientation took place on August 14th, and 10th grade orientation on August 15th. Members of each grade level were able to meet up at the school, participate in creative activities, and be reminded that Southfield A&T is a caring and safe place where everyone is accepted and learning is encouraged.
On Monday, August 19th, the incoming 9th graders had a special orientation to help them prepare for the transition from middle school to high school. It was new learning for some people because it involved empowering 9th graders to take autonomy over their next steps and to communicate what they learned to their parents. It is important for 9th graders to move beyond the stage of someone doing things for them to doing things for themselves as high school students.
Southfield A&T's Link Crew, led by Mr. Brock and Mrs. Williams, is helping our 9th graders with this transition. This is the second year of implementing Link Crew, and orientation was the kickoff to what will be an entire year of mentoring and supporting our freshmen.
Also, on August 19th, after the 9th grade orientation, the class of 2020 seniors had a parent meeting where the 2020 sponsors, Mr. Solomon and Mrs. Butler, handed out a calendar filled with the seniors' core events. After the parent meeting, seniors transitioned outside in order to participate in the school's tradition of painting the rock. Many of the students painted their names, mottos, or mementos to themselves on the rock, leaving a bit of themselves as a mark on Southfield A&T.
The week of August 26th was our welcome week. During the entire week, in addition to teaching and learning, the students and staff participated in a variety of inclusion activities and icebreakers to help build relationships and collectivity, identity, expectations for the school year.
Welcome Week has become a tradition at Southfield A&T, where school spirit and relationship building are prioritized. We'd also like to recognize members of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated for greeting our students at each entrance door on the first day of school. This act of kindness was appreciated by both staff and students alike. On Labor Day weekend, our boys varsity football team had an amazing win against Clarkston High School. Let me tell y'all, it was really good. During their opening debut at the Oakland County kickoff game in West Bloomfield, we won with flying colors, specifically the colors red, white, and blue. Our second football game didn't end in a victory. However, we are looking forward to the home game this Friday against West Bloomfield at 7 p.m.
One final highlight from August can't go unnoticed. We would like to thank our Southfield community for their generous support through donations, the honking of cars, friendly smiles, and of course the bobbing of heads to the immaculate sound of the Marching Warriors during our recent band fundraiser. We appreciate our community in spreading warrior pride and contributing to such a worthy cause.
Last Friday, on September 6th, the boys varsity soccer team had an astonishing win against the Robenshaw soccer team at home. The boys varsity tennis team, on the other hand, sadly did not win as a whole, but the first and second singles players won their matches with very dynamic scores. Last and far from the least is the girls volleyball team. They remain undefeated with another victory over Yasplinty and a win against Chavez.
During the second week of September, each class, led by their grade level principal, faculty, and their individual class board, facilitated a session to start the school year off with goal setting, looking at data, specifically academic data, including grade point averages, test scores, behavior, student code of conduct, including dress code guidelines, and expectations for the student's success. Each class meeting also included an icebreaker, allowing students to open up and see how much they had in common with each other.
Now that school has started, it's time to fall into a club, organization, or co-curricular activity at Southfield A&T. Project Womanhood, Project Manhood, the Southfield Rotary Interact Club, Winning Futures, the Stepping Warriors, the Robotics Team, the Art Club, the National Honor Society, C2 Pipeline, and many more. Stop by the D-House office to get more information and utilize their free time in a positive way by getting involved and becoming a game changer. There are so many amazing programs at our school, yet we only have time to highlight one tonight, which is C2 Pipeline. Wayne State University sponsors C2 Pipeline and continues to be a supportive partner in education. This science-based enrichment program is offered on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 2:35 p.m. to 5 p.m. Classes are located in 0203. Each weekday pertains to a different STEM-based subject. Mondays are for science, Tuesdays are for business, Wednesdays are for health and social services, and Thursdays are for engineering and technology. With this enrichment program comes an opportunity to attend an all-expenses-paid STEM-based residential summer camp on the campus of Wayne State. See Mrs. Albert in the B-House office for more information.
During the remaining days of September, please be mindful of the upcoming events. Tomorrow, September 11th at 5:30, there will be a meeting for the parents of all IB students and anyone interested in learning more about our IB program. This session will be facilitated by Mrs. Mallory. Also on September 11th, we will host our annual curriculum night from 6 to 8 p.m. Doors will open at 5:30 for parents and students to report to the field house and to get a copy of our parent and student handbook along with your child's schedule. Parents will have an opportunity to follow their child's schedule, to meet every teacher, and find out what teaching and learning looks like in the home of the Warriors. After curriculum night, representatives from Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated will be on our campus to talk about the CAP program. This program is geared towards our 11th grade students interested in learning more about higher learning, college scholarships, and developing an effective plan to carry out their post-secondary goals. The meeting will be held on September 11th at 8:10 p.m. in our school library.
On Thursday, September 12th, our senior college application challenge begins. Counselors will visit every senior English class to provide detailed information about the college application process. After this in-service, English teachers will give seniors an opportunity to use class time to research colleges aligned with their career aspirations, write the applicable essays, and complete the applications while under the teacher's supervision and support. This is the first of many activities that counselors will provide for seniors over the next few weeks in preparation for their post-secondary endeavors.
On Friday the 13th, Life Touch will be back for photo ID makeup and school pictures, which will take place in the B House cafeteria.
Our partnership, with Progressive Auto Insurance will begin September 19th to help future drivers prepare for the responsibilities of being on the road and becoming safe drivers.
We have a half day on Wednesday, September 25th, with a 11 a.m. dismissal. We are also proud to announce our partnership with Essentia Hospital to provide on-site counseling and therapy sessions to address the social and emotional needs of our warriors. Ms. Michelle will be housed in O-House and accessible to all.
And the first week of October brings us some exciting news as well. The state of Michigan's official count day is October 2nd, and our parent-teacher conferences will be held on Thursday, October 3rd, from 4 to 6 p.m. Please mark your calendar because we need to see you there, really do. Deasia and I would now like to thank the audience for your attention to the A&T announcements.
We'd like to conclude our spiel with a firm warrior clap.
Well done. All of you all, well done. A lot of good information, and we look forward to having more information as the year goes on. We will excuse you at this time so that you can finish up your homework.
Mr. Hicks,
Yes,
before you
ma'am.
do that,
Yes, ma'am.
can we have the students' parents stand in the audience and be recognized as well? Thank you so much for coming.
You all are excused.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
As I mentioned earlier on, the superintendent's not here this evening. Trustee Charles, are you prepared to give the Head Start report?
Actually, I spoke to Mr. Joyce, and he says that our very own Janice Hill director would like to,
Excellent.
was voluntold.
Voluntold, okay.
Can we get the dates of the events that they mentioned? The dates,
Okay.
if there's. Right, even some of the,
Okay, we can read it expeditiously so that it's entered into the record appropriately. All right. Bussey Center for Early Childhood Education Director's Report, September 2019. The program has processed over 475 applications for Head Start, Early Head Start, and Great Start services. Head Start is full in enrollment, Early Head Start is full, GSRP needs 30 of 64 slots. Vision screening, excuse me. Oakland County Health Department will be out the week of October 14th on location. Hearing screenings, OCHD will also be out the week of September 23rd for hearing screenings. Dental screenings during, I guess, October 23rd and October 24th. There are some updates. Vandenberg Duration Classroom was licensed on September 6th. Bernie GSRP Classroom is scheduled to be licensed on Friday, the 13th. GSRP bill has not yet been approved by the governor, as mentioned earlier. The program will utilize the 155,000% or dollars, maybe those are dollars, carryover funds from program year 18-19. GSRP program will be audited on September 25th by Oakland Schools. Head Start program will be audited the week of the October 28th. The audit will be done via telephone conference with the monitor reviewer. There's some upcoming dates here. September 17th, all children start school. There's Muffins for Mom on the 2nd. The fire drill, very important on the 2nd. Field trip to the apple orchard, October 3rd. There's a tornado drill scheduled on the 3rd of October. October 7th and 8th is Head Start a Head Start awareness event. Parent representative elections occurs on October 10th, and then the family engagement and curriculum night from 5:30 to 7 p.m. will be held on October 16th. We've got, I wasn't sure if we were at financials yet because things haven't kicked off. So that concludes the report through the chair.
Okay. Are there any questions on the Head Start report? Hearing none, we're going to move to agenda item 6, action items. The chair will entertain a motion to open and approve the consent agenda.
I move we open and approve the consent agenda.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded to open and approve the consent agenda. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, Madam Secretary, if you could please call for the vote.
Trustee Charles?
Yes.
Trustee Joyce?
Yes.
Myself, yes. Trustee Hicks?
Yes.
Trustee Poole?
Yes.
Trustee Robinson?
Yes.
Unanimous.
The chair will entertain, motion carried. The chair will entertain a motion to open and approve Report 5818, Talent Management Action Report.
So moved.
Support.
It's been properly moved and seconded to open and approve Report 5818. Any questions or discussion?
Are these new hires accounted for in the budget? The budget we just passed?
Yes.
Good question.
Any additional questions? Hearing none, please call for the vote.
Trustee Poole?
Yes.
Trustee Robinson?
Yes.
Trustee Hicks?
Yes.
Trustee Joyce?
Yes.
Myself, yes. Trustee Charles?
Yes.
Unanimous.
So moving on to item 7, information items. I'm going to give you a brief highlight of what reports A through D are. Many of them are renewals. So for the first one, Frontline Technologies, what we're doing is we're asking for approval for this year's portion of the technology and software that runs our absence management as well as our substitute management system. It's a multi-year agreement, and we're asking for the financial year 20's portion, which is $8,035.35. Item B, which is 5820, there's some fire alarm work required at the Magnolia Center, and there has been an estimate received not to exceed $7,000 to perform that work. Item C, which is report 5821, that's the district's annual Microsoft license renewal for things like Word, Excel, PowerPoint. We have about 2,000 plus licenses in the district, and this year's allocation for that renewal is due. For item D, which is report 5822, it falls under technology and curriculum. This is the annual fee to maintain our district website, as well as provide support related to design and improving the website. So if the trustees are in alignment and don't have any questions, I would like to turn items A, B, C, D, and D, which are reports 5819 through 5822. I'd like to change them from informational to actionable, and for us to vote on those items if you don't have any other questions or discussion.
I have a question.
Yes,
on
ma'am.
5820.
Okay.
The fire alarm system. It doesn't indicate this report who's going to be doing the work. And if it was out for bid, and were they the highest bidder?
So I'll ask Mr. Toko to address that question.
National Time, who does most of our work with the fire alarm systems throughout the district, will be doing the work. We did get a quote from them. We are doing probably 30% of the work, and they will be doing 70% of the work in regards to the wiring of new alarms in certain areas of the building. Just to give you a little bit of a backdrop, every 4 years, the Champions program requires an inspection done by the state. So they had one of our fire inspectors from the city out, and this is the result of the inspection that he did prior to their state inspection. So he gave us a heads up on what needs to be done, and that's what we're doing now. The National Time quote will actually be under $5,000. The work that we're doing will be a little bit closer to the $2,000 in regards to the parts that we bought, and our maintenance crew and skilled trades will be doing the rest of the work.
You said, what do you mean, our skilled trades hired, SPS?
Yes.
Okay.
Our electrician will be working with our HVAC a little bit in regards to doing some of the work over there.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Are there any other questions or discussion on any item mentioned?
I was hoping that with 19, I could just get an idea of, has it been useful, and if there are other competitors in the space who provide the same resources, and have we taken a look at those folks? And my other question was going to be with Report 22.
Ms. Hall, can you address the first question related to the Frontline Technology software?
Sure, absolutely. If you can recall last year.
You might have to come to the mic, because it's a Tuesday, a televised Tuesday.
Okay, Ms. Charles. If you can recall, last year, we sent it out for bid, and we tried to get some synergies amongst some other software companies as well, and they still emerged as the most competitive bid. So we stayed with Frontline Technologies, and it's absolutely critical. I mean, we use this system to ensure that we have subs in the areas when we have attendance issues. And so teachers and the like call into this system, ensuring that we can get that work done and get it covered in a timely fashion.
So the name most maybe used to, like myself, is ASOP.
Right.
I think Frontline's going to be off.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's the same system, basically. It is.
Thank you, Ms. Hall. Sure. Trustee Charles, you had a question on Report 5822 as well.
Yeah. With the utmost intention to stay in my lane, I definitely would like a little more insight. I have a vote that I can make on this, but just as we look at efficiencies, just wondering more of an itemized of what that 8850 is doing for us. Is it because of hosting in terms of gigabytes through the servers and whatnot like that, or is it more or less kind of arbitrary? So, but I'm still prepared, if need be, to make a decision on it.
So I'll make sure that through the superintendent, your inquiry. Oh, I stand corrected. Wes?
There he
Did
is.
we,
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Yeah, the Foxbright renewal is just a yearly renewal to host the site. It's really, it hosts all the pages. We have, I believe, unlimited pages that we can add. The teachers have, I don't know if teachers have pages, but each building has a page. So it really isn't dependent on the amount of content that's hosted there or the number of clicks to it. It's just that fee for the server space from Foxbright.
I have a question. We've been dealing with Foxbright for a number of years. Are they the best in the industry?
They're a local company to the state of Michigan. I think they're housed in Grand Rapids, and they have been typically one of the best and one of the least expensive.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions from any trustees? Hearing none, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So what's the pleasure of the board? Are you wanting to flip over reports 5819 through 5822 to actionable at this time?
I move that we open and approve reports 5819 through 5822.
Support. It's been properly moved and seconded to open and approve reports 5819 through 5822. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, please call for the vote.
Trustee Robinson?
Yes.
Trustee Poole?
Yes.
Trustee Hicks?
Yes.
Myself, yes. Trustee Joyce?
Yes.
Trustee Charles?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Motion carries. The report 5823, Middle City's appointment resolution. We have a resolution to identify a representative from the district and a designee, if that delegate is not available, to represent the district with Middle City's Risk Management Trust. So this resolution would be for us to identify those resources to represent us.
This last thing, we've already approved this.
What is that, Phillips?
We just approved this last month.
Is that Phillips?
Did you remember that? No, I didn't do it because maybe his name.
Yes, so actually it's Solon Phillips, Chief Legal Officer, will be appointed the district's designee trustee, representing Middle Cities Management Trust. And Dr. Jennifer Green will be the alternate. As well as Toko will also be appointed as Risk Management Coordinator for the district. Any questions? If we can, so that we can submit this, if we can make this an actionable report as well, the chair will entertain a motion.
I move that we open and approve report 5823.
Support.
It's been properly moved and seconded to open and approve report 5823. Any questions or discussion?
Isn't normally the financial person is involved in this as well? Like our financial superintendent?
I don't believe that it's a requirement. Maybe it was been past practice, but I don't believe it's a requirement. Any other questions? Hearing none, please call for the vote.
Trustee Robinson?
Yes.
Trustee Poole?
Yes.
Trustee Hicks?
Yes.
Myself, yes. Trustee Joyce?
Yes.
Trustee Charles?
Yes.
Unanimous.
So at this time, we're going to forego going over the bill disbursement report. We will provide an update to the trustees as well as the community in a future meeting. Item 8, public participation. If you wish to address the board regarding a school-related issue that has not yet been resolved by school administration, please submit a comment card immediately. Comments are limited to 3 minutes per individual. As a matter of fairness, speakers with complaints against individuals are asked not to mention persons by name. Complaints concerning employees pursuant to Board Policy 9130 should be brought to the attention of school principals or other administrators before coming to the Board of Education. Your cooperation is appreciated. We have a card from Mrs. Kathy Slate. Please come to the podium, state your name and your address, please.
Kathy Slate, 17539 Westland Avenue, Southfield, Michigan, 48075. 3 of these matters have been addressed with my administration, but I just wanted to make you sure that you all were made apprised of what was going on. I'm not sure if the principals are sent surveys for the new custodial staff, but I can tell you from what I'm seeing, it's not satisfactory. When I came into my room, the ledge on my science was full of flies, dead flies, that I had to clean up. I have a carpet that was not cleaned. I had employees that were very rude to teachers. And we just had one of my teammates fall on the floor yesterday because there was no wet floor sign put up after they had mopped. So these concerns have been taken to our administration at Thompson. And I think my AP said he did talk to somebody, but this is just unacceptable. And now you open yourself, what if that was a parent?
Yeah.
We know we live in a litigious society. So, yeah, that's some things that need to be addressed with them. So my next thing was math testing. I noticed that science was taken out of 5th grade. Just like to know the rationale for that. Because they have it in 4th grade, they have it in middle school, but they don't have it in 5th grade. So what data is a 6th grade teacher going to use for the incoming 5th graders if we no longer have it? So I just wanted to know what the rationale behind that. And also books, the consistency in who we need to talk to and how we get our resources. It appears that the district do have resources in Eisenhower, but it's some kind of disconnect or miscommunication with who teachers need to talk to and how they're getting resources. I have one of my colleagues sitting in the room today, been sitting in school for 3 weeks, and she still don't have reading books. So we just need to know who to talk to. I know I talked to Mr. Fountain, he's been awesome. So we need to know who to talk to, who to contact, because we don't need to bother Mr. Fountain when it doesn't need to be him. It could be someone else. And my last concern was something that I asked about last year, is the salaries on the personnel report. for new hires. We had a person to resign that stayed on step 1 for 8 years in this district. And there were people that were hired after him at higher salaries. I think other districts do it. It's not a legal issue. Just want to know what the status update was on that, because when I asked about it, I never got a reply. So I just need to know, why is it not on there when it's there on other districts? So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Slate. And trustees, just for your awareness, I've had some discussion related to similar concerns related to custodial displeasure with our new vendor. And so Dr. Green has been working with their leadership for a prompt resolution. And if there is no resolution, she probably will be talking to us about next steps. Related to the other items that Ms. Slate mentioned, I will defer to the superintendent for a response, and that will be shared with you all as well.
Yeah, I agree, because I've heard the same concerns about resources not being able to get to our staff, and that's the problem.
Okay. Any other public participation? Hearing none. For the good of the order, any trustee have anything for the good of the order?
Yeah, I have a video that I like to have played.
Okay.
And I thought it was be beneficial. Actually, I would have preferred it at our opening day, but since we have it now, and some of you may have seen it. It's a TED Talk, and it's been viewed by 10 million people, but it's befitting for educators. So I hope you enjoy it.
I have spent my entire life either at the schoolhouse, on the way to the schoolhouse, or talking about what happens in the schoolhouse. Both my parents were educators. My maternal grandparents were educators. And for the past 40 years, I've done the same thing. And so needless to say, over those years, I've had a chance to look at education reform from a lot of perspectives. Some of those reforms have been good, some of them have been not so good. And we know why kids drop out. We know why kids don't learn. It's either poverty, low attendance, negative peer influences. We know why. But one of the things that we never discuss, or we rarely discuss, is the value and importance of human connection. Relationships. James Comer says that no significant learning can occur without a significant relationship. George Washington Carver says all learning is understanding relationships. Everyone in this room has been affected by a teacher or an adult. For years, I have watched people teach. I have looked at the best and I've looked at some of the worst. A colleague said to me one time, they don't pay me to like the kids. They pay me to teach a lesson. The kids should learn it. I should teach it. They should learn it. Case closed. Well, I said to her, you know, kids don't learn from people they don't like. She said, that's just a bunch of hooey. And I said to her, well, your year is going to be long and arduous, dear. Needless to say, it was. Some people think that you can either have it in you to build a relationship or you don't. I think Stephen Covey had the right idea. He said you ought to just throw in a few simple things, like seeking first to understand as opposed to being understood. Simple things like apologizing. You ever thought about that? Tell a kid you're sorry, they're in shock. I taught a lesson once on ratios. I'm not real good with math, but I was working on it. And I got back and looked at that teacher edition. I taught the whole lesson wrong. So I came back to class the next day and I said, look, guys, I need to apologize. I taught the whole lesson wrong. I'm so sorry. They said, that's okay, Miss Pearson. You were so excited. We just let you go. I have had classes that were so low, so academically deficient that I cried. I wondered, how am I going to take this group in 9 months from where they are to where they need to be? And it was difficult. It was awfully hard. how do I raise the self-esteem of a child and his academic achievement at the same time? One year I came up with a bright idea. I told all my students, you were chosen to be in my class. Because I am the best teacher and you are the best students, they put us all together so we could show everybody else how to do it. One of the students said, really? I said, really? We have to show the other classes how to do it. So when we walk down the hall, people will notice us. So you can't make noise, you just have to strut. And I gave him a saying to say, I am somebody. I was somebody when I came. I'll be a better somebody when I leave. I am powerful and I am strong. I deserve the education that I get here. I have things to do, people to impress, and places to go. And they said, yeah. You say it long enough, it starts to be a part of you. And so, I gave a quiz, 20 questions. Student missed 18. I put a +2 on this paper and a big smiley face. He said, Miss Pearson, is this an F? I said, yes. He said, then why'd you put a smiley face? I said, because you on the roll. You got 2 right, you didn't miss them all. I said, and when we review this, won't you do better? He said, yes, ma'am, I can do better. You see, -18 sucks all the life out of you. +2 said, I ain't all bad. 4 years, I watched my mother take the time at recess to review, go on home visits in the afternoon, buy combs and brushes and peanut butter and crackers to put in her desk drawer for kids that needed to eat, and a washcloth and some soap for the kids who didn't smell so good. See, it's hard to teach kids who stink. And kids can be cruel. And so she kept those things in her desk, and years later, after she retired, I watched some of those same kids come through and say to her, you know, Miss Walker, you made a difference in my life. You made it work for me. You made me feel like I was somebody when I knew at the bottom I wasn't. And I want you to just see what I've become. And when my mama died 2 years ago at 92, there were so many former students at her funeral. It brought tears to my eyes, not because she was gone, but because she left a legacy of relationships that could never disappear. Can we stand to have more relationships? Absolutely. Will you like all your children? Of course not. And you know your toughest kids are never absent. Never. You won't like them all, and the tough ones show up for a reason. It's the connection, it's the relationships. And while you won't like them all, the key is they can never, ever know it. So teachers become great actors and great actresses, and we come to work when we don't feel like it, and we listen to policy that doesn't make sense, and we teach anyway. We teach anyway because that's what we do. Teaching and learning should bring joy. How powerful would our world be if we had kids who were not afraid to take risks, who were not afraid to think, and who had a champion? Every child deserves a champion, an adult who will never give up on them, who understands the power of connection and insists that they become the best that they can possibly be. Is this job tough? You betcha. Oh God, you betcha. But it is not impossible. We can do this. We're educators. We're born to make a difference. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I found this just profound, so I had to share it.
Thank you. Any other items for the good of the order?
Just be sure to, I think we're all scheduled for the OCSBA conference on the 24th. It was a weird day, but I guess it's on a Tuesday this time.
Yeah.
And I just want to make sure it didn't impact any of our board work. And then there's also a day-long on October 5th that you're more than welcome to register for. And then the November one, I believe, is on school safety.
There were a couple of items I just wanted to touch on real quick. One, I want to acknowledge that we have a person leaving the district, and we want to wish her well. So, Ms. Hall, thank you for your service, and we congratulate you on your new endeavor. I also want to mention, during the Southwood A&T report, Mr. Colden mentioned that the Kappas welcome students on the first day of school. Well, that was just one of the Divine Nine that supported that day. So I just want to make sure that we thank and acknowledge Alpha Kappa Alpha, Alpha Phi Alpha, Delta Sigma Theta, as well as Zeta Phi Beta, Phi Beta Sigma, and Omega Psi Phi. I'm not sure if the IOTAs. Sigma Gamma Rho, did the IOTAs support?
All fraternities and sororities that attended.
So they all represented at our various buildings on that day, and for that we say thank you for your continued partnership and service. Anything else for the good of the order? Future meetings. Wednesday, September 25th, 2019, 6 p.m., special board meeting. Tuesday, October 8th, 2019, regular board meeting. If there's nothing else, this meeting's adjourned.
Is